So we each chose 5 cities that we've already been to that we could see ourselves living in for a little while, or a place we'd like to live for a little while. So yeah, we each chose 5, and then we did like an honorable mention like they do on Extra Pack of Peanuts. And that's a place we have not been to, but we think we'd like to live in, or we'd like to explore that area.
Alright, so the honorable mention. We're filming this again because someone was out of frame in the other one. And so I thought about my honorable mention, I just thought about New Zealand. So I said that this is before the main city. I don't know which one it is, Auckland or Christchurch, whatever it is, that main city.
Maybe Christchurch because it has a lot of beer.
I think so too, not sure.
Craft beer. Maybe Auckland does too.
Yeah, New Zealand is so cool.
And mine was Montreal, because I really want to see more of Canada, and I think Montreal is a cool city. I'd like people to practice my French, and yeah, I'd like to see more of Canada. Alright, so you're number 5.
My number 5 is Florence. Florence is just an amazing city because it's in Italy, it's in Tuscany, a lot of wine, the city is walkable, it's beautiful, it's got the big dome, and you got nice food, a lot of pizza, you got everything in that city. It's cool.
Okay, I guess I'd live there with you for a bit. And my number 5, a city I'd like to live in for a few months, is Cali in Colombia. So we went to Cali last year with Carlos's parents, and we all really liked the city. I think Cali would be a cool city to live in because, you know, there are a few things to do. I love to just go and practice my salsa and get really good at salsa there, and I just love Colombia, so obviously I love Colombia. So I just like to spend more time there. I think it's a cool place.
Yeah.
Okay, number 4. What's your number 4?
Number 4, Tokyo.
Tokyo!
Tokyo is just, you know, Japan is just amazing, and Tokyo has everything you love about Japan in it, so yeah, it's just a great city.
Yeah, well, that's definitely going to be on my list, but at a later number. So my number 4 is Kaohsiung in Taiwan,
Kaohsiung.
because I love Taiwan for many reasons. Out of all the cities we were in Taiwan, I think Kaohsiung is the best for living because it's, you know, it's less crowded than Taipei. The weather's really good, almost too hot. Lots of good food, there's hiking around, there are beaches nearby, and you can just zip on up over to the east side, down to the east side, and go see that area which we haven't been to yet. So Kaohsiung is definitely a place I'd like to spend more time. Number 3.
Number 3. Where's
Need
my
your
phone? Now it's Vancouver's turn.
Oh!
Vancouver.
I should have known that one was coming as well.
Yeah, Vancouver is just so cool. I love Vancouver. That's everything you want. It's beautiful. You can walk downtown. People are awesome. You got the mountains right there. You got a harbor. It's a really cool city.
Yeah, it is really cool. There's lots to do in Vancouver. It's very international. Okay, my number 3 is Lisbon, Portugal. Because I love Portugal. It's one of my favorite countries. We did not even like really scratch the surface of Lisbon when we were there. We didn't really see, like, we saw it, but we didn't get down into it. There's a lot more to see. The Portuguese people are some of the best people in my opinion. The Portuguese food is so good. I love the food there, and I love the language. I'd like to learn how to speak some Portuguese and just honestly see more of Portugal. You know, the area around Lisbon. There are beaches nearby. It's just a fantastic city, one of my favorite cities, and I'd like to spend a lot more time there. Okay, so now we're on to number
2. Number 2, I put in Berlin. Berlin.
I like that. I really like that. I was debating putting Berlin on my list, and I didn't.
I put Berlin on the list. So I like the cities. I think it's easy to move around in the city. It has many different places within the city.
Yeah.
They're all pretty chill in a sense. And you got a lot of currywurst, which I love. You got a lot of doner kebab, which I love. So the food is
a lot of
great.
what? What's the first thing you said?
Currywurst. You don't like the currywurst?
Yeah, I don't really like currywurst that much.
It's got football. It's got German people. It's I don't know. It's Germany, but the cool side of Germany. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's super artsy and it's more laid back than the rest of Germany. The reason I didn't put Berlin on my list is because just the German lifestyle is not for me. Even though Berlin is kind of an exception to that. The cool thing about Berlin though is, yeah, it is different than Germany. It's more laid back, and even though it's a really big city, to me, didn't feel that crowded when we were there. Super, super cool. Okay, my number 2 is Victoria. Victoria, British Columbia.
Nice.
So we were close with the Vancouver Victoria thing. The reason I chose Victoria is because Victoria is quite a small city, which I like. I really like small city vibes. It's so pretty. They have a really good food scene, and then it's on Vancouver Island, so you can go do all of the nature things you want to on Vancouver Island. You can take a ferry over to Vancouver. Why is it called Vancouver Island and Vancouver City? Anyway, take a ferry over to Vancouver City if you ever want to go into the city and do all that stuff. And yeah, like Victoria's like the most like picture perfect postcard town. Alright, number 1. Let me try to guess your number 1. Your number 1.
That's my number 1.
Barcelona?
I didn't put Barcelona on the list, I don't know why. It's Lisbon.
Oh!
So your number 3? What was this number?
Yeah, my number 3.
Yes. I don't know, it's like what she said, the same reasons. People are amazing. I really love bacalhau and the pastéis de nata. And it's just a really cool city to walk in, all the tiles, it's beautiful. I like it.
There's so much to explore there.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, can you guess my number 1?
Verona?
Tokyo.
Tokyo, yeah.
I said it was on my list. It's number 1 on my list. I mean, Tokyo just... I think we were repeating ourselves, saying, oh, the city has everything, but Tokyo, like, honestly, like, the best food, not just Japanese food, but, like, any style of food they do in Japan, they do it perfectly because, like, they're perfectionists. So you get any kind of international food and it's going to be great quality. Then, you know, like, the nightlife there is so good. The izakayas and everything. I don't know, you go to, like, the anime side, then you go to, like, the old town Japanese side, and then there are parks, and there are temples, and there are tons of markets, and it's just so great. Like, it's so big, there's so much to do. There are a lot of people, it's crowded, and it is expensive, but man, it's a really, really, really cool place, and you could spend so much time there, and I don't think you could ever get bored of it, to be honest. So, cool. There it is. Lisbon, Tokyo. And Lisbon and Tokyo were on both of our lists. And then Victoria and Vancouver were, like, they're in the same area. So maybe we will be in those places living for a short period of time.